YOLO sheep shepherds and wolves out there. This video is gonna be really disrespectful to a lot of you people out there, and it's strictly because of how I view you guys. Now, I view people in three forms, man. People come in sheep, people come in shepherds, and people come in wolves. In psychiatry, there is a statistic that 95% of people don't actually think. They are like sheep. 3% of people think they think. And I believe those are the shepherds. And then you have the 2%, which are wolves. Now, why do I view people this way, man? I view people this way, and a lot of you this way, because I view you guys as completely retarded. You guys have been brainwashed since birth. And before you say you haven't, let me ask you, what language do you speak? Because if you speak any language, that means you were programmed. You were programmed to such an extent that pain and pleasure, when you experience pain and pleasure, it's directly connected to certain words like ow. It might surprise you, but in different languages, people don't say ow. We only say ow in America. That's how deeply programmed you are, that your pleasure and pain sensors are all connected to your language, right? Now, why am I going to be disrespectful about things? Because I think you guys are retarded, man. And I think you guys let this beautiful country go to shit. It started off way back when, man. And I'm going to just back up all the way until when they shut down the country, man. They told you guys to wear masks. They literally put a mask on your face. They put a muzzle on you. All right? They told you, wear this mask indoors, outdoors, in the shower, outside, wherever, everywhere, right? And don't go to work, don't see nobody. All it took was a 30-second Google search for you to see what is the rate of people getting infected per 100 people in society. And then from that 100 people that catch COVID, right? What was the percentage of people that died? And then that percentage that do die, is it specific to an age group? Because that was a 30-second Google search, and you would have found out you were worse off with the flu than with COVID. I'm not bashing people for being afraid of the unknown, right? But I think it took a short period of time to see things were politicized, right? So when you really think about it, man, these pricks probably let go of this virus on purpose to begin with, right? And then the rest of it was just like, let's just shepherd the sheep, right? These leaders that you guys are so inclined to argue at the dinner table over and not talk to your own family members because they like this particular person in politics or you like another person. You don't know these motherfuckers from shit. And yet, you hold so dear with your emotions to these people like they tell you the truth or something. You know, like they're giving you something. And it's pretty sad and despicable in my opinion, man. You literally let them put a muzzle on you. And I used to tell my friends jokingly, man, like, I hope you motherfuckers get caught in a rainstorm and pretty much just waterboard yourself. Because that's how dumb you guys are. Because if you went to elementary school, if you went to elementary school, you would have learned about bacteria and viruses and airborne shit, right? Airborne bacteria, when CDC moves in, they come in like astronauts. They have their own oxygen tanks and all this stuff, right? You guys somehow got convinced that this mask is gonna protect you from something. And mind you, I lost a distant family member to COVID. Now, was it only COVID? Were other things? What is jiggling around here, man? Was it only COVID? Were other things at play? Possibly. I don't know, but I do know, rest in peace to him. He did die from COVID. The COVID was a real thing and is a real thing. But was it the real thing that we should have shut down the United States, shut down the world for? No, we don't shut it down for the flu. That virus saved more lives than it killed. With all the people that stopped driving, all the bees that didn't sting people, all the wild pigs that didn't kill people, all the dog bites and the tripping and falling and hitting your head on the sidewalk, that virus actually saved more people than it probably killed. And what's funny is, man, it probably came from the same motherfuckers who told us about anthrax. And mind you, anthrax, there's like a handful of governments out there that can make anthrax, right? Us being one of them. But do you remember how it was all in the mail? People were freaked out about opening up their electric bill and their just their mail, period. They were freaked out about this powder that looked like cocaine, but it wasn't. It would kill you, right? Where the hell did people get anthrax from? If only like a handful of governments can actually make anthrax, right? But no one actually looks into any of these things. Do you guys actually give a shit to actually do any type of research, to think about anything more than what you're being told? Like, in complete honesty, man, you guys watch Fox News, CNN, YouTube, wherever you get your information from, right? It's all fourth branch of government, if you didn't know. And it saddens me, man, that none of you guys really wanted to do any research and find out anything, man. Like, in complete honesty, who are you in your fucking life for these people to give you anything? Especially the fucking truth. For fuck's sake, man, most of you can't even tell your wives the truth because she can't handle. Your wives think you're punks. She won't tell you guys the truth because you can't handle it. You're all up in your feelings all the time. Like I tell my friends, man, dudes nowadays are getting pudgy, weak, and soft, while their females are getting Pilates strong. And I really do believe the large majority of you dudes out there, man, you guys are punks. You guys have no backbone. You guys are weak in the head, weak in the neck, weak in the back, weak in the fucking knees. A disgrace to our species. A disgrace to other men. It might not surprise you that I think that I consider myself a wolf. And there's a reason for that. Even though I fully acknowledge that I too have been programmed since birth, subliminally, literally, figuratively, in any way, shape, and form. But I have reached a point a long time ago that I decided I was going to take responsibility for everything that's occurring in my life, even things I don't have control over, even things that aren't necessarily my fault. That I'm going to think about things, and I'm going to try and research things, and I'm going to try and be better tomorrow than I was yesterday. I'm going to educate myself with knowledge, right? I mean, you got people right now, and this is the lack of backbone. I'm not surprised about people doing wild shit or having wild ideas. People have always been having those, right? We've always had the unique people of the world that think differently, act differently, are different, let live and let live, right? But there comes a point where when they start affecting your life negatively, it takes people, usually men with some backbone, to put their foot down and just not allow shit to happen. For example, they're giving kids entire sex changes, man. Inside schools, they're teaching these kids about all kinds of race theory, that boys can be girls, girls can be boys, and all this fucking nonsense, man. And these are like pedophiles pretty much grooming your kids. And absolutely none of you guys want to do anything about it. No one wants to correct what's been made incorrect, right? They've convinced people the earth is flat. They convince people not to go to work, to not pay bills, man, to not take care of themselves, their family, their anything, man. You allowed them to trample all over your God-given rights, man. Your natural born rights to defend yourself. They trampled over your Second Amendment. For now, they're also trampling over your First Amendment. And if you think that's where they're gonna stop, that is not where they are stopping. Wait till it comes to your right to plead the Fifth, your right not to get tortured, your right to have an attorney. When it comes to all the other amendments, man. And it's sad. I mean, I get it. The sheep, a lot of sheep, they don't want to take responsibility. They don't want to have burden and stress in their lives. So they throw that burden on people in government. And I say people in government because government is just full of people like me and you. You guys just don't want to have to shoulder any burden and take responsibility for anything. So you guys throw all that onto another person who shepherds you around, that's supposed to represent you but isn't representing you for shit, because they're the dirtiest fucking people on the planet in every way, shape, and form, because they have so much power, they can get away with so much shit. Do you guys even give a fuck? Do you guys even know the difference? Like, I'll ask you guys, you dudes, I know some people might be hot about this. Like, how can you say this? Easy, I just did, and I'll keep saying it. Alright, let me ask you a question as a dude, as a man. Do you know the difference between a boy, a man, and the man? And I don't mean the man like Big Brother or government. I actually literally mean a boy, a man, and the man. Do you know the difference? Think about that. I'm not going to give you the answer to that. If you don't know the answer to that, I mean, dude, I got to question your manhood. And it's sad. Like, I don't get it, dude. Like, I know females. I don't have a problem finding females. I don't have a problem. I've always had females around. Always, my entire life. Most females don't like you soft punk dudes anyway. It surprises me. Like, what is it that's driving you guys to be so soft? Because they threw words out there like toxic masculinity, and you guys like bought all the bullshit hook, line, and sinker. Like, what is it that made you guys feminized in a way? I don't even want to say feminized, because that's kind of being negative to women, and I love women. And there is a difference between girls, women, bitches, and hoes. A real woman knows that. It's become so crazy that the people in politics that you look up to, man, even the women can't answer questions like, what is a woman? As a woman, shouldn't you be able to laugh at that and be like, are you actually asking me such a retarded question, wasting my time? You don't know what a woman is? You don't know when you're looking at one? It blows my mind, man. You guys, I mean, I realize it. I realize 95% of people are sheep, man. 95% of people are fucking shitty, man. You guys are all, and that's the real thing. What this video is about, man, is that I actually really don't like a lot of you motherfuckers. The large majority of you people, man. I don't care about race, color, creed. I don't give a shit about none of that, man. 99% of you are pieces of shit. You guys just haven't had the opportunity to prove what a piece of shit you really are. You guys are fucking cannibals that just haven't gotten hungry enough to eat each other. Literally. Me and my friends, man, we grew up rough. All of us went through the grinder. We all went through the sifter. And a handful of us made it out to the other side. I have just a handful of friends, one handful, that I've known since I was 5, since I was 12, 13, 14, 16, and they've been I'm 36 now. These are still my friends, and they're all extremely masculine. They're all married, happily, with beautiful children, and they're raising their kids right, man. You know? And a lot of you guys, when you guys see us, it's like you instantly think maybe toxic masculinity, over masculine, whatever it is. But none of my friends walk around beating their chest. You understand what I'm saying? My friends know they're men. But when you step on their toes, they're pretty fucking quick to put you in your place and remind you that you're dealing with a man. Why is that important? Because there's so few men left in this world, man. At least in our society. There's so few men left to actually raise other men, to guide other people, to take on responsibility, to take on burden. Even when it's hard and they don't want to. When it's not in their best interest, and yet they shoulder it and push through because it's the right fucking thing to do. The large majority of you, it's all about me, 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 me. Have you ever sacrificed anything for someone else? Something important? No Mickey Mouse shit. Forget clothes, cars, jewelry, all this not. Like, have you ever sacrificed for another human being? I have. Countless times. Countless times. I've put my life in danger for people I didn't know. The first time I did that, it was me and my best friend, and we were probably 13, 14 years old. We put our life in danger to help some grandma and some grandpa that was getting robbed. And we kept them from getting robbed. The guy robbing them, well, he got hurt. And he had it coming. It is what it is. But we were kids, and that was a grown man. And we were fully aware that, you know, things might turn out really bad for us. My point is, man, like, have you ever sacrificed anything for anyone other than yourself? Like, do you guys have any backbone? Like, I know, like, everyone thinks they have morals and they have morals and they have etiquette and all this stuff, but man, I've just seen it. The majority of you are so quick to drop it, man, when it's not convenient. As soon as it's not convenient, morals go out the window, your beliefs go out the window, everything and anything goes out the window just because it benefits you at that moment. And it really makes me sick, man. And it really makes me sad. It makes me sad that there's so few wolves in the world that can just that can think for themselves and do the right thing anyway when no one's watching, you know? And the key part of that is like to think for yourself, not what you've been programmed, right? Right now, all of you guys, for example, think China is horrific. 1 billion and something people are just your enemies that you've never met. Horrific people. You think Russians are horrific. The large majority of Russians are just pieces of shit. But Ukrainians are fucking amazing. 2 years ago or a year ago, you guys didn't even know the difference between a Russian and a Ukrainian. That's government shit. That's their government politics. It has happened. We have Americans that are Chinese. We have Americans that are Russian and Ukrainian. You guys are just throwing out there like, oh, I support, as if, you know, you're a little kid getting a star, you know, like a star at school, like a little sticker, man. You guys just want those little stars because they make you feel good. They show, you know, you can tell the other people how righteous you are. And I'm ended at that, man. Solo, YOLO, BOLO, pieces of shit people, man.